Welcome to our fifth week. Topic 3: Nature Tourism Services. Nature tourism is also known as alternative tourism. Its focal attraction is, of course, nature. All the alternative touristic activities are performed preserving the cultural and natural heritage of the area, offering its services in a social and environmentally responsible way. In other words, it is a type of sustainable tourism. The Mexican Tourism Department defines alternative tourism or nature tourism as trips that are intended to carry out recreational activities in contact with nature and the cultural expressions that surround it, with an attitude and commitment to learn, respect, enjoy, and participate in the preservation of the natural and cultural resources. Nature tourism activities can be classified in three different types: ecotourism, rural tourism, and adventure tourism. The first type of nature tourism is ecotourism. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, ecotourism can be defined as all forms of tourism in which the main motivation of the tourist is the observation and appreciation of nature and to contribute to the conservation of the natural environment and cultural heritage with the least possible negative impact. Most people think that to practice ecotourism, all you have to do is to be in a natural environment. But that is wrong. To practice ecotourism, you have to make sure that the activities that you do are related with the preservation and conservation of the natural environment. Some examples of ecotourism activities are flora observation, participation in flora and fauna rescue activities, ecosystem observation, environment educational workshops, interpretative hiking, which is hiking but with the help of a tourist guide that will explain you everything that you will see, and wildlife observation. Rural tourism is defined as the segment that gives tourists the opportunity to spend time in rural communities, to know and to learn their ways of life in their daily, productive, and cultural aspects, raising awareness about the respect and value of the cultural identity of the communities. Some examples of rural tourism activities are ethnotourism, which is the tourism that can be practiced in the ethnical communities; agrotourism, which are the tourism activities in which the tourist learns how to cultivate the land; gastronomic workshops, which are activities in which the tourists learn how to prepare the cultural gastronomic foods from the community; mystical experiences; traditional medicine workshops; and craft workshops. Adventure tourism is the one in which the tourist actively participates in the knowledge of the visited territory. The key word here is actively, because adventure tourism can be different from ecological or ecotourism activities, because in this case, nature is just a passive element being discovered by the tourist, who usually performs sports and sometimes risky activities. Those activities can be based on land, air, or water. Some examples of land-based adventure tourism activities are hiking, caving, rock climbing, riding, mountain biking, mountaineering. Have you ever practiced any land-based adventure tourism activity? Would you dare to? Some examples of air-based adventure tourism activities are skydiving, paragliding flight, hang gliding flight, ultralight flight, hot air balloon flight. Have you ever practiced any air-based adventure tourism activities? Would you dare to? Some examples of water-based adventure tourism activities are autonomous diving, which is diving with an autonomous breathing device; free diving, which is diving but without the use of any breathing device; cave diving, which is diving inside a cave; rafting, kayaking, and recreational fishing. Have you ever practiced any water-based adventure tourism activity? Would you dare to? Now, I guess you're ready to do the exercise of the week. It is already published in our Google Classroom. It is an individual activity in which you will have to write 3 examples of each one of the different types of natural tourism that can be practiced in your locality. You need to write 3 examples of ecotourism activities, 3 examples of rural tourism activities, and 3 examples of adventure tourism activities. And you have to explain in which part of your community this activity can be performed and what does it consist of. Now, thank you for your attention. And remember that if you have any question, you can ask me using our Google Classroom. Have a nice day.